everybody? It's Big Ed here with devastation information of Flying Hawaiian and Lumpy. Today we're going to do a little bit different show tonight. Well, we're going to still do the same show, but we're going to do a little introduction of some of the things that are going around the league. So we're going to talk about that first, guys, and we're going to go to our group right here in the on stage. So we'll talk about the Giants first. They made a quarterback change. Jackson Dart now has just come in. So this will be interesting to see what he does as he takes over for Russell Wilson. Even though the Giants are 0-3, I guess they wanted to give him a start and just get that process going. As everybody knows, the Eagles did find a way to win against the Rams this weekend. It was a great game if you're an Eagles fan. And I'll tell you what, Jordan Davis is one of the fastest, big men I've ever seen in my life, running 18.5 miles per hour. That's unbelievable. The only time I ever ran that fast is when there was a hoagie in the end zone. And me and Lumpy, we could attest to that. All right, so the next one, we're talking about the Washington Commanders. They injury updates and momentum. The Commanders are 2-1. They have a solid win over the Raiders. Lattimore cleared concussion protocol and is expected to play in Week 4. On the flip side, Jaden Daniels remains day-to-day with a knee sprain, so there's a little risk there. And Terry McLaurin and Will Harris are still injured for the Commanders. We talk a little bit about the Cowboys. As we know, they're still reeling over the loss of Micah Parsons over the last few weeks and as he went to Green Bay. So we will see what's going to happen with them. Going to other conferences, because you know what? We do broaden our horizons. We're here on Straight Shooter Sports. Other headlines we have. Hold on. I'm trying to get to our other headlines. I hope I didn't switch it up. Hold on real quick, guys. Hold on. Man, I was doing good. I was on a roll for a second there. All right, let's go to the AFC East. Right, I know. It was unbelievable. So AFC East, the Buffalo Bills are off to a hot start. We have Miami had a big Thursday night matchup versus Buffalo with 0 wins, 0-2. There's a chance for them to start turning things around. Doubt it. The Jets have been shuffling their roster, picking up linebacker Mark Robinson off the Patriots practice squad. And we go to the AFC West, the Chargers, who I love their uniforms. I know, Jim, you love their uniforms too. But the Chargers are off to their first 3-0 start since 2002. Yeah, that's historic. It's interesting to see what their coaches do, what Harbaugh's doing with them. And then the Chiefs, despite their pedigree, aren't looking perfect. There are growing concerns. They're frustrated, you could tell. And Travis Kelce's recent fine for unsportsmanlike gesture after catch underscored that tension. You could see that. NFC West. If I was, before we go there, I'll just say Travis Kelce should just shake it off. Anyway. The NFC West. Nick Bosa is out for the season. For the Niners, that's not good. It's a major loss for their defense, and the West overall has been strong. They lead the league in total wins among divisions so far, except the Eagles just handed it to the Rams. Anyway, AFC North. The Bengals and Pittsburgh Steelers are both 2-1. Tied atop the North. The Ravens are raising eyebrows. Not good ones in a recent loss to Detroit. That offense stalled in key moments, and red zone productivity was poor. So that was a shocker, and we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight.
Yeah, that defense is bad.
Yeah, bad. The Colts are off to a perfect 3-0 start in the AFC South. Giants fans must be loving that. Yeah. On the flip side, Houston, Texas, Tennessee Titans remain winless in the division. And in the South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who the Eagles play this week, are surprisingly 3-0 to lead that division. They look more cohesive and dangerous than many expected this year. Okay, just what to watch is looking forward, going forward in the next couple weeks. Quarterbacks under pressure, and now starters are injured. Quarterbacks will be tested in division games, so check your fantasy teams for your players. Injuries. If you have depth, that's going to serve you well. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I got, fellas. What you got? So
do not forget to adjust your lineups.
Exactly. Do not forget to adjust your lines. So while we're on the same topic, Gary, what do you got for this week? What did you see? And what did you see that was exciting going on and around the league?
A lot of blocked field goals, man. Wow. Was 2 of the Eagles, the Browns had a block or didn't. There's blocked field goals. It was like so many blocked field goals on Sunday.
I think it was 5 all weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard someone say, and I don't know if it's true or not. I heard someone say that it was the most blocked field goals in one weekend of games ever in the NFL.
Yeah.
In one weekend.
And I think
Yeah, it
it's
was.
the first time the Eagles have done it since like the 70s, I think.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, just seeing. But you know what? It was interesting to see how they lined up in that, and they both lined up in the A gap between the center and the guard. And that
Yeah.
center, now they're not allowed to cover their head, correct? Am I wrong on that? The snap.
Can't cover his head.
Right. So
Yeah.
that being said, that guy should have
You can't even cover the center on
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I mean. Center, yeah, head up in
Yeah,
the
the
center. Yeah.
snapper. So
yeah,
the thing is, the guy,
the long
looking
snapper.
looking at that one, he lines up in the A gap. Both of them are like lined up right in the A gap, and they took the guard and the center. The center didn't block anybody, or the snapper didn't even like step to him. He put his hand out and he didn't do anything. That one guy, he should have. I mean, there's no shoulda, woulda, coulda, because in that position,
Maybe the fix was in.
I don't know. I mean, look, you got to step hard with your inside foot on that play, and
Yeah.
obviously they didn't do that. But Jimmy, what do you got for this week from this weekend?
I look back at your block, and it was a good lineup by the Eagles. And I'll tell you why. The kicker was on the far right hash, so he's going to kick towards the left. So they
Right.
lined up. He's kicking here. They lined up this way. They pushed down to the follow my hands, but he's kicking. He has to kick that way. So they wouldn't line up here and he'd kick away from him. So it did was pretty smart. They lined up over here. So they pushed right into his line of sight, which is a great call. It was a great more than just they just overpowered a guy. It's just the where they lined him up, knowing he had to kick this way and we sent him this way was a great thing. It was a great,
wow,
I don't think anybody ever noticed that but me.
That was a great breakdown, man. Special teams ace, Jimmy Irvin.
Jimmy Irvin knows football.
No,
Jimmy Irvin knows football.
Well, let's talk about football. What about Joe Burrow?
Yeah, the other. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Ask you about Joe Burrow. You wanted to mention them. I know in our pregame we talked about them.
I do want to talk about Burrow and the Giants because I get two stats. I heard the Giants. I got to get out here real quick.
Right.
They've only punted once in 3 weeks. That's phenomenal. I don't care if any span of 3 games you punt once in 3 games. That's great. And I heard this stat, and this blew my mind. As great as Peyton Manning was starting out these seasons, the first 3 games, do you know that Daniel Jones has put up more points than Peyton Manning has in any 3 games to start the season?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That shocked me more. But the punting once in 3 games, it blows my mind.
Was that Peyton or Eli? Peyton or Eli you're talking about?
Peyton. Peyton Manning had them great teams in Indianapolis.
Sure. Oh, the Colts. Yeah.
Scored in the first 3 games.
Wow.
That was amazing.
I got confused. I think I went mental for a second there.
And what Manning had them great teams.
Yeah.
And you could maybe come out and put like 40 on you the first couple of weeks because you didn't know what they were doing. But now I can't believe they got points up there, dude.
I know.
They're doing good. I'm happy for Daniel Jones. And the Giants guys look like idiots right now. Barkley's had a great year last year. Well, and Daniel Jones is out there. He's having a great year.
Well, number 1 quarterback right now.
They didn't have a line. I mean, without a line, give the guy a chance. If they gave him a fighting chance, he would have been all right. But they didn't have a line the Giants last couple of years.
I mean, everybody, always says, "Oh, you beat Daniel Jones in the playoffs, big deal." I'm like, he's an NFL quarterback, man. He was a first-round pick for a reason. If the Giants didn't pick him, somebody else would have.
Listen, he went to Duke. He's pretty smart. He played good football in college against in a good conference.
I hate Duke.
When people say, "Oh, he sucks," I'm like, it's all relative. Is he the best NFL player at a position? Probably not. But he's in the NFL.
They didn't give him much, man. They didn't give him good play calling.
No.
They didn't. They didn't give him anything.
That offensive line was like a sieve for a long time.
Well, they're not going to do Jones with his arm strength. But Joe Montana didn't have great arm strength either.
Right.
His arm strength was not his strongest point. But Daniel Jones coming out was his arm strength. They were saying he had a candy arm. But there's a couple of quarterbacks who played the league didn't have great arm strength and had success.
Yeah. Well.
The Eagles quarterback.
I mean, don't get me started. I'm trying to think about it right now.
Listen, Jimmy, I know you're you're feeling this, and I agree with you. I'm not a huge Jalen Hurts guy. I think he's good from 30 yards and shorter. I think over 30 yards. There's some passes in the game last night where I forget who it was, but the quarterback threw like BBs into the end zone, like in the coverage where like just the receiver could get it by like 2 inches. Our guy can't do that. Jalen Hurts says he throws a good deep ball. No, he throws the ball up in the air, and he has two receivers who run fast, run under the ball. I don't think he throws a good deep ball at all. He just throws a far ball. Like
I think he fits greatly from AJ Brown. AJ Brown, in my opinion, is the best receiver in football
he's fantastic
right now.
Man, some of the
He's
plays
just
he
so
made on
big.
Sunday was.
He blocked out defenders, and I watched a couple of the throws he had. There were comebacks.
Yeah.
He's the only one who can do that. You can't throw a comeback to someone small because you can dive over top and get the ball. And there was some of the passes were not fired hard. They were wobbly. He came in and basically played basketball with the guy, blocked him out, caught the ball, pulled him down,
Right.
threw him down like Michael Irvin did for years. Threw him down and went about his business.
Which is what we should have been doing in the first half.
You
so
guys
that's
should have
interesting. That's interesting. Okay, what's your guys' theory? Because my theory is honestly 2 things happened in that game that turned it around. First of all, they got Pryor out of the game. That guy sucked. Sorry. I mean, he seems like a
I
nice
called
kid
that
and
one.
everything.
I remember
But
I said
Johnson
that. I
is
said,
so much
why
better.
is
Yeah,
Pryor and
exactly. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't know. Maybe they took the reins off of Jalen and let him start calling some plays. Something.
I'll
Seems
tell you
like
what
something.
I think.
Well, listen, no, they tried. I'm sorry, Bo. Go ahead, Lump.
I think that they felt what worked last year, and that was a running game. And their game plan coming into this year was go with the game plan from last year, run the ball. And that's why the teams were stacking the box and were challenging us to throw the ball. And I think at halftime they said, screw it, let them throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah,
They changed their game plan.
Listen, during the NFL, you don't switch. You got 8 guys in the box. You start checking. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't be doing that, and that's what they should have been doing from the beginning. You got 8
that's
guys
on
in the box.
that's on Patullo.
Yeah, I mean,
It's on Patullo. It's obviously on Patullo. He should have been. They tried with Barkley. All right, it worked last year. Barkley destroyed them last year. He had something like 530 something yards in 2 games.
Right.
That wasn't going to work this time. They geared their whole defense up for Barkley this time. We had to throw, man, and I think it's a good thing that Barkley got shut down in the first half because something happened in the second half where they changed up the game plan. They said, "Listen, we got to throw. We got to throw. We got 2 weapons. Let's use them."
So all right. So we talk about the Eagles all the time. Everybody on our site and also in our group. So that's one thing. But I was going to move from the Eagles, Jim. But what you got?
Say one thing about what I think happened at halftime. Also, could it be? I know when I played in our pickup games in the playgrounds when we were getting killed, and if the pressure became off, like we're not going to win, we went and started having fun. I don't know if that works the same way at certain levels, but I think the pressure's off. You feel looser. You kind of go for it.
Yeah.
I know in basketball, I would never shoot threes in a tight game, but we're down, and I know I'll throw a couple threes, but they go in. Like there's no pressure on it.
Right.
I think also when you're getting beat down, you get looser. The pressure's off. You play. Next thing you know, you're down 7, and now you have confidence. I think that has a lot to do with it too when you get down sometimes. As long as you're not down too far. I mean, you're down like 37 to nothing. I mean, you're only down 26. What was it? 26-3, 26-7. I don't know.
26-7.
Yeah, that's not that far out. Like you just play differently. You would just go for it. You know what?
It's 3 scores.
See what happens. See if we can get a turnover or something. Let's just play loose, slot at the ball. You know what I mean?
It's just they came out flat to me.
It was killing me, man. It was
they came
those
out
damn kickoffs.
Yeah.
The way they couldn't handle the damn kickoff, man. What that?
Kickoffs or 4 kickoffs. The guy kept dropping the ball. You're right.
Like what that? He learned to catch a knuckleball, man.
Exactly. I remember that. I was like,
What-
can nobody? I
What's gonna
started
happen?
screaming at the TV.
What's gonna happen when we're in like Green Bay or Chicago or something?
Can't
And it's
do that,
windy, man. Come
You
on.
can't make those mistakes in those games that they made and expect to win. You just can't. I mean, look, they got lucky. They
Every
came back,
drive,
but
was starting at the 20. You know, they'd get a penalty or something at the
yeah.
distance to the goal. Oh
You know
man,
what I
how many
was?
times we had to listen to that?
You know what game I was shocked in seeing this week was Green Bay losing to the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Right?
the
I
worst
mean,
thing.
odds on. I thought Green Bay was going to be the
Oh.
team that we had to beat. I mean, honestly.
So
So
That
the
was
fact
the
that they lose
worst
to the
thing that could have
Browns.
happened to my Cowboys. That's the worst thing that could have happened to my Cowboys is Green Bay losing last week.
Oh, believe me, I was actually going to pull for your boys this week. Believe it or not.
Good. Let me tell you what's going to happen real quick. May
Yeah.
I have 2 minutes to go off on Jerry Jones, too? What's going to happen is Dallas' worst loss in Texas at home in history was 44-0 to the Bears in '85. Great
Right.
Bears team. I don't know if they're going to lose by 44. This will be the worst loss since that loss. It'll be that bad.
damn, dude.
Jerry Jones, it's going to be that bad. I am going to go off on Jerry Jones because he robbed me of a football season, so please let me tear into him for 1 minute. This crib keeper, walking dead, Joe Biden dum-dum, traded away one of the best defensive players in football. What he did was he took my season, rolled it up, and shoved it up his keister, is what he did, and said, "The heck with you Cowboy fans. I have an ego." So you walking dead piece of trash. Again, you took away something from me. Again. You ruined it with Jimmy Johnson. You ruined my shot for a three-peat to have bragging rights over everything, which a team that probably could have won 4 straight Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson there. Probably could have, should have, would have, whatever. I think they could have. Now, you crushed my season. I look like a fool in front of people I argue with because you couldn't get along with Mike. I got to stop because I'm going to keep going. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Finally, I agree with Jim. Yes, there's a first time. Nah, I'm
I agree
serious.
with
Your boy Jimmy. Whew. Yeah,
I agree with all that. I agree with all that about Jerry.
I am jealous of your season, Sereno. I'm jealous of the Colts. I'm jealous of every team in football because they don't have this moron for an owner.
Listen, we can do an online Eagles baptism right here for you, Jimmy. We can do an online. We'll do that for you.
And I don't want his douchebag son taking over either.
I love Jerry.
Listen,
I hope Jerry lives forever, man.
We'll do an online Eagles baptism right here for you, buddy. You can come.
No,
we'll do the conversion.
You know what I'm going to do?
He's entertaining, man. He's entertaining, Jerry. He really is. But I do feel bad. I feel bad for the real Cowboy fans. I do because I've got some friends that are Cowboys fans, and they're good dudes, man. They're really good dudes. They keep it real, and I feel for them that they have to deal with an owner like that. Because we had to deal with it with Brayman.
Yeah.
You remember we dealt with it with Brayman.
You know what I'm going to pull for now, and it's going to sound crazy to you, and it's only going to be stuck back in my face when it happens. I'm going to pull for teams who win the Super Bowl I've never seen happen, like the Detroit Lions. I'm going to pull for the Chargers. I really think the Chargers are going to win the Super Bowl. I hope to see Lions and Chargers in the Super Bowl. I thought Green Bay was going, but now that I think about it, I want to see something I've never seen in my lifetime, and I want to see the Chargers and the Lions in the Super Bowl. I think that would be great. I'm going to pull for teams that never won a Super Bowl to win, like Minnesota, the team I watch, or Buffalo. I want to pull for someone to win a Super Bowl I've never seen win one. But I would love to see the Chargers and Detroit playing that Super Bowl because I've never seen either one of them in the Super Bowl. Okay, move to your next subject, guys, if you want.
Well, that's what we were talking about. That we're just that was interesting because the Charger, I think they are, they're pretty good. So. I think I'm sorry.
Good coach.
Yeah, Harbaugh's a great coach.
Like that dude should have been in Dallas.
Yeah,
run the ball. They run the ball.
I think Dallas has a bleak future too, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's what I think about the Cowboys' future. You wasted a year for Dak. Okay, so now I think they're going to start quitting. They're going to look around and say, "Jerry's not fixing a problem. I'm getting paid. Why should I play?" I wouldn't be
You can't-
surprised. You know what I mean? I don't blame them for that shit.
Well, what he did,
You know?
what he did was some weasel stuff. Like the thing was, he had a meeting with Parsons. They were supposed to have a meeting on leadership. This was Parsons' side of the
did all
story.
that, but in the end, Carol,
And
you got to give the guys money.
and Jerry tried to sneak in a negotiation without the guy's agent. You know what I mean? He just doesn't handle business well. And free agents are going to notice that. You know, nobody's going to want to play for the Cowboys
Well, they're
while
not going to.
Jerry's there.
You want to know what I want to play now? If Parsons is there, people want to play. You don't have that. I wouldn't even want to coach the Cowboys if I was out of a job. Because what do you have on
Yeah.
there? Like Rex Ryan got a chance to get Parsons.
You can't treat your star players like that. You know, you just
No,
can't.
you can't. And you know what? You should just gave him the money. Because now what happens is, say you're going to go into the draft, and now you're going to draft the best defensive pass rusher. You're going to hope he's a guy. He probably won't get into the league and be dominant for 2 years. So now you wasted 2 more years getting a pass rush. Like, I just don't get it. Because they set the defense back 5 years. Remember 2020? When they were getting ripped, everyone's getting 50 points on them, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
You remember that? How bad they were? Like Cleveland scored
need
50 on them. Everybody did, right? So everyone was doing it. And it was like, oh my God. Then the next year you drafted Parsons and got Dan Quinn. And then the defense went from like 32nd to 20. Then it went to like 12, and then it was getting up there. So now you set yourself back probably 3 years on defense. Now Dak Prescott's in his 13th season. Now the guy's probably getting injured. Now you have a quarterback issue. Please don't let me keep going on this goddamn
Actually,
ridiculous.
if anybody out there has a counseling degree, you can reach out to Jim personally, and he will be able to discuss what's happening with the Dallas Cowboys. It'd be great to.
I got a whole lot of it because
I know. I know. That's fine.
Like,
Dr. Phil, if you're listening, please reach out to Jim. Thank you.
It makes me love Howie Roseman that much more.
Of 1986, when they traded Moses Malone away, and real quick, Moses went when you didn't draft Dougherty. Now, get us. Let me just stop. I hogged up enough time.
Okay, let's talk about. Listen, to going back in the past. Unfortunately, this week we lost the legend. Kind of got lost with the Eagles game, but yeah, Bernie Perrant. I mean, what a great guy. I was actually, friends with him on Facebook. Didn't really speak to the man. I mean, but I knew that he was just a great guy and a great legend. One of the, my gosh, that Flyers team. I mean, that was my first memories of my dad taking me to games when I was a kid. Now, I don't really remember that because it was like when it first happened, it was like barely like 5 or 6 years old, I think, when that first happened. But I mean, that team in there, he was amazing. Bernie Perrant was an amazing person too. Just a great guy.
Never been to a hockey game.
Really awesome time. Great.
Yeah, they're good. They're fun. Hockey games are fun.
I hear these guys are really fast on the ice.
Oh yeah.
Really whole butt.
I'll tell you,
they hit like
it's
30
a fun
miles per hour.
sport. It's a fun sport to watch. I just can't.
I like hockey playoffs. Like, if there's a game 7 on, I'll tune in.
Yeah,
because that's the best game 7 of all.
Jimmy,
I get into hockey playoffs.
So Lump, what do you got
to
say?
When you realize it is, so I go to hockey a lot. Something like Todd Fedork a couple of years ago. Todd Fedork was the guy who bounced around from NHL to the AHL back and forth.
Yeah.
And he was a border. I mean, he's an NHL player, borderline lower end of your roster, but still an NHL player. But he was a fighter. Wasn't really a skilled player, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out to AHL to play with the Phantoms. And,
that's the games I used to go to.
They dump a puck into the corner, and he's the first one down there. And he's like 2 strides faster than the AHL guys. Then you realize that no matter how borderline of a player he is, that's the difference between AHL and NHL. There's a little bit of speed. That keeps you out of the league.
Those AHL games were fun though. I used to go to Boardwalk Bullies games and a few of the Phantoms games. I used to like the Animal.
Frank the Animal Bialos. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the guy right there.
Bialos. Yeah.
That's where they got Boucher from. They pulled him up from the AHL.
Yeah, that was a good league, man.
Yeah.
And the food was cheap. The tickets were cheap. It was at Boardwalk Hall. It was a great time, man.
Yeah.
I had a great time going there.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what. Well, they used to play at the old Spectrum, and before they knocked it down, I don't know if you guys remember that, but they played there.
I've been to the
Yeah,
Spectrum.
yeah. Oh, I remember the
Everybody's been
Spectrum
to
going to
it. We've
the
all part
Flyers
of
games.
Ringling Brothers. I used to go to Ringling Brothers,
Do you remember
Barnum
like the
and Bailey
smoke?
Circus.
Like people used to smoke in the Spectrum and actually see
Oh,
a
yeah.
cloud of smoke. It was
Yeah,
like fog. It was all people smoking in the Spectrum.
it's the house that Dr. J built.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, Dr. J, there's nothing better. I was talking to Jimmy about this. I don't know if you guys heard me. We were
That was
talking
one of
about
my
like
heroes.
when Steve
Mine,
Fredericks
mine
used to be
too,
on the
man.
radio. I used to listen to Steve Fredericks doing my homework. That's probably why I never did good when I was younger in school. But you just hear him talk about Bobby Jones and the Gusto dunk and all those guys. Oh my God, that
They
was
had the guy
phenomenal.
Zink. Remember Zink was saying Julius Erving?
Julius
That was the
Irving,
guy I wanted to be like playing basketball.
Dave Zinkoff.
That was the guy.
Zinkoff.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was
But
awesome.
go back to hockey for 1 second. People always say the hardest thing to do in sports is hit the baseball. And I always say no. I say the hardest thing to do in sports is to score a hockey goal. Because, well, one, you got to know how to ice skate. You got to hit a slap shot. You got to get the defenders and get it past the goalie. I think the hardest thing to do in sports
Yeah, I
is to score
cannot
a
ice
hockey
skate.
goal.
Yeah,
I
I think the hardest thing to do is blocking a
the
9
average
technique.
person. I don't think the average person can ice skate around people and then do this. Wind up and take a slap shot and get it past the goalie. I
Yeah.
think hitting a baseball means in trying to score a hockey goal. I really do.
Yeah,
I tried ice skate. I tried hockey one time, and I was very thankful the guy gave me a helmet. I was the only one wearing a helmet out there because I remember skating over to the corner to get the puck, and I was just too straight up, and I fell back, and I actually ended my back and my head. If I didn't
that
have the
explains
helmet,
a
I'd
lot.
probably cracked my head open.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah,
remember my back was so sore I didn't go to work for a
that's
couple
a
of
good
days.
subject. That's a good subject to go around. What you think is the hardest thing in sports?
Oh, I think it's scoring a hockey goal without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's just too much going on there, dude.
What about you, Lump? What do you think it is? The hardest thing in sports?
Hitting probably hitting a home run.
Yeah.
Well, hitting a ball or hitting a home run.
Hitting a home run. You hit a ball, hit a little dribbler. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, you
Hitting a
need
home
power.
run
You need power to hit a home run.
means you hit the ball
Good wrist
square. You
speed.
figure your sweet spot on
Yeah.
the bat is an inch wide, about 4 inches long. You're hitting a
Yeah.
ball that's curved, so the only sweet spot on the ball is the exact point of the tip of the curve. So you have to match that.
If somebody was just tuning in, they would wonder what the heck
They
he's
make
talking
that. They
about. Go
make
ahead.
that look. They make that look so easy though in the home run hitting
Listen,
contest.
And the ball, listen,
It
okay,
is.
the home run there is different because that's just straight fastball, straight fastball, straight fastball. You get a
Yeah,
ball that's
yeah.
coming into you and is breaking down, or a slider that's moving away from you, or even a
Yeah.
knuckleball that the ball is actually like bobbing in the air, like to square it up and hit that like one coin size sweet spot on a ball with that 1 inch wide by 4 inch long sweet spot of a bat, and hit with enough power to shoot that ball 400 feet in the air over fence. And that's
But I remember watching Tom Selleck hit a home run in batting practice.
okay.
You know,
Again, but batting practice is one
I
guy
know.
throwing a fastball. The ball's coming straight at you. Have
I
that
hear
ball
you.
come at
Yeah,
you,
but you didn't
and then
decipher that though. You didn't say that.
I
have
mean,
that
hitting a
ball
home run
drop
is-
6 inches and dart out away from you 4 more inches. Now try hitting it.
I follow what you're saying, boss.
Yeah,
but
but
a
see,
lot of people say it's hitting the ball, either hitting a fastball, hitting a baseball, or scoring a hockey goal. Just hitting it or scoring a goal. I'm going with scoring goal being harder. You just say just
Yeah.
hit the ball.
because little
I can
leaguers
probably
hit
get
home runs.
Yeah.
Because I just think scoring a goal is that the Beatles skates is scary enough.
But again, Carrie, like I said, it's not just not hitting a ball, hitting a home run off of a major league pitcher.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say golf because I'm horrible at it, and you know how
That's all
hard it
right.
is to hit the.
And again, it's hitting a round object, so the sweet spot's this big, off
Yeah.
of a club face that's this big. And you gotta hit
Right.
Yeah.
square. Like, come
Yeah, I know. That's why my middle name is 4.
My my
Does everybody
my
in
hardest
hockey goals?
my hardest
that?
thing is
Does
my
everyone in
hardest thing
hockey
is taking a
goals?
punch in boxing.
Oh, boxing.
Yeah, taking
Yeah,
a Mike Tyson hook or a
Yeah.
everybody has
Canelo
a game
uppercut.
plan. Everybody has a game plan until they get hit in the face.
Yep.
Yeah, Jimmy. What was your question? What about hockey?
Does everybody in hockey score a goal? Like everyone scores? Because I feel like everybody in baseball hits home runs.
All right,
I just don't know
what
if
was your
everyone
question?
scores goals in hockey.
What do you mean? Does everyone score?
But in hockey, is everybody scoring goals?
Are there impact positions in hockey?
Yeah, everybody can score a goal.
Sure.
Yeah, even the goalie can score a goal.
Defensemen come
I
up.
know, but they
Sure,
don't.
absolutely.
If it's an empty net, but they don't. I just think I feel like with baseball, everybody has home runs on their records. Like I know there's guys that play hockey for years.
I think
Hockey players score goals.
I think taking a serve from like a Pete Sampras or somebody like.
Yeah. Oh, I think 140
like
miles
tennis
an hour.
serve. Yeah, man, I think that right there is difficult, man. You got to have lateral movement.
In 1996, I was working for Nike at the Olympics in Atlanta, and then a little village set up, and where there are events, and they show you Olympic events that you can partake in, as well as watch what happens. So one of the exhibits was it was Pete Sampras or Michael Chang. I forget which one it was, but I think it was Sampras. But it was a 120-mile-an-hour serve. At the time, that was the fastest serve. So you're standing at mid-court, and there's a video of Sampras throwing a ball up and serving a ball, and there's a like a pitching machine behind the screen. They'll shoot a tennis ball at you. Now you're behind glass; it's not going to hit you, but just to see how fast 120-mile tennis ball comes at you. What's that?
You would hear it. You would hear a whizzing sound.
Oh yeah, but
no doubt.
You're sitting there and they're shooting a 120-mile tennis ball at you. So you realize how fast it comes at you. You go, yeah, like you watch it on TV. You go, I can do that. Then you sit there and watch it. Go, yeah, I cannot do that.
No. I think that's why they required it in gym class when we were in high school.
Sure.
Like we had to do that because they want you to realize that it's a difficult sport and that you can't do it. So stop dissing it your whole life.
Yeah.
Dude, when I played tennis in high school, I would grab the tennis racket like a baseball, and I would swing and knock it over the fence until I was playing baseball. Because you could really let a tennis ball with a tennis racket. If you
I got a question for you guys. What was your favorite thing you did in physical education class? Because if I say gym class, you don't play gym. I know a lot of physical education teachers get upset about that. So, what was your favorite things that you guys played?
To pick up basketball games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say basketball.
I used to like bombardment.
Bombardment. I love how they called that. It was actually dodgeball, but then they changed the
name.
Bombardment. More politically correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we called it bombardment.
In high school. Gym was different in high school. It was in grade school.
Wrestling was cool too. Like we used to play King of the Mat. That was cool.
I hate that.
Really? You hated wrestling? I was good at it though. Like I was really good. Like I was, a small dude at the time. So
I was no muscle.
But I was strong.
Grade school, they were always testing us. It was always a 50-yard dash, a 600-yard run. You remember that stuff? They were always testing us and putting up your numbers against the other kids.
Well, we didn't have to worry about that.
I hated to touch football, man.
Huh?
That was the president's challenge. That's why, which they got rid of.
Yeah, well, actually, they're bringing it back. I heard.
You had the peg. You had to climb the rope.
Yeah.
How long you would hang on the rope with two hands? It was
they gave up on me freshman year.
No schools have that anymore.
They're actually talking about bringing it back this year. Believe it or not.
The ropes.
What's that?
I don't know about the ropes. What, the rope you climb to the top of the rope and there's nothing but a 1-inch mat underneath?
Oh yeah,
that one. Yeah, they stopped that. Thank God.
I was crossed over to the last one. I could do that. I was a monkey. Because I weighed like 80 pounds in 6th grade. Yeah. So me going up the rope was easy.
Yeah.
And I would cross over the ropes, even though I was scared. I had to be a chauffeur. I would cross the last one and come down. And then I would always jump from like halfway. And then the gym teacher would lose his freaking marbles on me.
Yeah.
I like volleyball too. Volleyball is fun.
Volleyball is a good one. You guys remember the Q-tip ball? Am I the only player who remembers this one? It looked like a long stick with it looked like a styrofoam tip at the end, and you hit it was like indoor hockey with like Q-tip sticks.
Oh yeah.
No,
they call them Cosm sticks or something like this. And then
we did that. We did that in middle school.
Right.
We did that in middle school. It was just like hockey.
It was like
it was like a rubber ball.
Oh,
that you
yeah,
hit
the
around.
parachute.
Parachute was the best thing.
I'm
The
telling you,
parachute was the best
these
thing.
guys don't do. I haven't seen that. You know, when I worked in schools, and I get it. The one thing that my old school used to do that where I used to work, they actually still
Co-ed
did
touch
square
football.
dancing. No, square dancing. Like the
Oh
kids
no,
were
I
doing
was going
square
for the
dancing. I
ball.
was like, that was pretty interesting. And then the teacher, the way she explained it to me, which was kind of cool. She said, you know, it teaches the kids like how to listen to directions, how to do this, and I was like, you know what, I never thought of it that way. And the kids actually liked it, you know, which was
We
a
did
shocker to
square
me too.
dancing in grammar school, not in middle school though, but like K through 5.
Yeah, yeah, that's
The
good stuff.
parachute was the best. In grade school, it was parachute.
Oh yeah,
When you had that giant parachute, when that came out, and you had to flip it in the air and then run underneath it and get to the
Yeah.
other side. That was
yeah,
the best.
yeah. That was fun. I mean, there's a lot
The
of
best,
things for
the
kids.
best, the best was 12th period gym because you could play. We'd play pickup basketball, and you don't have to worry about going into the locker room to get a change. You
Yeah,
could just play
But
all the way
no,
through.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
could
that's the
go.
end of your day. Yeah, I couldn't imagine
Yeah,
having more than 12 periods.
yeah,
you could go
high
home and
school.
just
Yeah.
huh?
My
I
my
remember.
phys ed teacher my senior year did he gave me like special dispensation. I didn't have to participate in gym because he was also the football coach.
That's right.
They didn't
The
want
best
you
thing,
to get hurt. They
I
didn't want
know.
you to get hurt.
I know. But
the best thing in
he
high
was like,
school.
"Hey,
You
you
have
can
to
sit this one out." I was like, "Okay."
The best thing in high school, when I went to high school, in our school, if you played a sport,
Yeah.
you're exempt from gym class. So if you played a winter's,
Not
if
my
you,
high
if you played a
school.
fall sport, you had no first quarter. A winter sport would be second quarter. Third quarter, everybody was it because it's between seasons, and the fourth quarter was a spring sport. And so if you played a sport, you were exempt unless you had gym or I'm sorry, unless you had driver's ed or sex ed, like one of the other classes or health class. So my freshman year, I played 3 sports. I only had to go to gym one quarter, third quarter. That was also my health quarter.
I
Sophomore
love
year,
gym.
so I had gym 1 quarter in all 4 years of high school because I played 3 sports, so that
Yeah.
was exempt. It was awesome, loved it.
Yeah, I remember we played that hockey game. That Ed was talking about,
Yeah.
in our gym class, and I remember Greg
I
Lister
looked at Jersey.
Ah,
body checking me
good old Lister.
and knocking me down
Jersey.
when he was 6'4" and I was only 5'6" and less than 100
Hey,
pounds.
Lister, if you're listening, you shouldn't have done
And he
that.
sent me flying. So I don't want to hear that crap about you star football players getting to sit
Yeah.
in gym
Listen, I
class
never
because he
did stuff
didn't
like
have to
that.
sit. He didn't sit. I threw my stick at him.
Listen,
I know
it
I
wasn't
don't care if
me.
he remembers
That
it
was
or
my
not.
coach. That was
I
my
gotta wrap it
coach.
up, guys.
All right,
You ready to wrap
fellas.
it up?
Lister.
Hey, good show tonight, Lister. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
If you're
We're
listening.
watching. We're looking for you, Lister.
All right.
I
Yes.
love you,
All
Greg.
right.
All right.
I'll
All
see you
right, fellas.
guys.
Thanks. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys next time on Thursday. Have a great
Hey,
night.
by the
Oh,
way,
they got a special show tomorrow night, don't you guys?
Yeah.
Barry and Jimmy. Are you guys doing your deal tomorrow night? So check them out right on in the
Wednesday,
group.
7:00 in our
Wednesdays.
Facebook group.
Yep.
just so
check
y'all
that
know,
one out.
Schwarber's back in the lead for National League home runs. He hit a home run tonight.
All
As long
right.
as
We'll catch
as
the
long as
Phillies
this guy's
next
not
Thursday.
afraid to show up.
Yep.
He froze.
You know what? You really had to go there. All right. Good night, fellas. We'll see you guys later. We'll talk to you guys. I said I'd be nice.
I thought